Alrighty guys, it's a new week, and this week we are headed to Berkeley for another 35K tournament. Hopefully this week is a little better than last week. If you didn't see it already, check out my last video. Anyways, we have about almost a 2-hour drive to go to Berkeley. So let's get to driving, and I'll see you guys when we get there. Now, I've never actually been to Berkeley Tennis Club before, but my god, it's probably one of the most beautiful clubs I've ever been to. That aside, I jumped straight into my practice. Unfortunately, because of some traffic, I was a bit late and was only able to book the court for 30 minutes. I hit with a former USC player and current WTA 650 in singles, so quite a big jump. The practice was short, but we were able to get some hitting in. I wasn't feeling super clean, and she was definitely good at making me feel uncomfortable. It's safe to say that it was just another level that I wasn't prepared for, and I got swept in a tiebreak, losing 3-10. The girl I was hitting with had to leave, but unfortunately enough, no one was hopping on the court, so I ended up hitting with Jordan for a bit. I was working on staying low and using my body to turn and take the pace of the ball. It wasn't something I've really worked on before, but it was definitely a new playstyle that I could use for this week's matches. Okay, so we're done with our first practice today. It was supposed to be 30 minutes, and I ended up practicing with this guy, Jordan, for about like another hour, so an hour and a half total. Doing some stretching right now. Have about 2 hours until my next practice, and this is the view of the stretching. Got a view of the courts, which is really nice. And then that building up there, I don't know what that is, but it's super nice. In here, maybe grab a bite to eat and get on with the day. It's lunchtime now. I have Hawaiian barbecue. Look at that. Oh my god, this cannot be good for practice. Look at that. We're gonna dig in, and then I'm gonna head back and get to my practice. After hitting with Jordan earlier, I was definitely a little bit better. I was stepping in and able to control the ball a lot more, and I was very confident, and I could feel it in the points. For my second practice, I hit with a WTA 800, and we ended the practice with 3-4, and I was down a break. The club even had a players welcoming dinner, which was really nice. I got to meet a bunch of interesting and kind people from the club, and the food was so good. They even made fresh homemade tortillas. So this is our new home away from home for this week. This is the room that we're staying in. Pretty big actually. But yeah, I'll be sleeping on the bed here, and Jordan will be sleeping on the couch. And yeah, good news is that I am into the draw, so I get to play tomorrow. I was roughly around 7 alternates, so I was like crossing my fingers in hopes that I was gonna get in, and I did get in. So I'm gonna get some rest, go to sleep, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Alright guys, it is the next morning and I have my match day, so we're gonna head to the court, get to stretching, get my warm-up done, and yeah, I'll see you guys there. provided food for the players, which isn't something that I'm used to. I was actually in awe with how hospitable this whole tournament was. Now for the match, I told Jordan to help me record some points, but he ended up not recording a single point. So instead, here are some points from my practices while I voice over what exactly happened. For my match, I was playing someone ranked top 1000. I was playing a lot better this week compared to the previous week in San Rafael and was able to focus a lot better too. I felt in control for the majority of the points and didn't really feel like she could hurt me. The only problem was throughout the match, I was struggling with putting my return in. I ended up winning the first set 6-4, and the only reason I ended up breaking her serve was because I put in more than 2 returns in. In the second set, she changed up the pace a little bit. She was putting more balls in, but at a slower pace, and I was struggling with the change in rhythm, and instead of trying to adjust and take my time, I became more aggressive and started going for a little bit too much.
Jesus.
I still wasn't hitting my returns in either, so I ended up losing the second set 2-6. Now that we both had a set each, it was all up to the 10-point tiebreaker in the third. At the start, both of us were holding our serves pretty well. I was playing alright, but definitely not as consistent as I could have been. Then at one point, it was 4-6, I was down, and she made a pretty bad call. I tried to fight for it, but ended up going down 4-7. I was frustrated, but in order to win the match, I had to lock in and move forward. Unfortunately, at that time, I just wasn't mentally strong enough to dial back in and do whatever it took to win. Throughout the tiebreak, I was fighting myself over the new playstyle that I had just learned a few hours ago versus my usual playstyle that I do in tiebreaks, which is to stay solid and consistent.
Run faster. Run faster. No. Run faster.
In the end, I lost 6-4, 2-6, 4-10.
If it was a second service like it, was like, okay, that's good. It was like every return and then start. That's what we did on your first few.
Alright guys, so that is it for this week. Unfortunately, I lost first round again in qualifying. But
And she won a set.
yeah, I won a set, so it's better than last week. If you got this far into the video, next week we have one more tournament, so stay tuned for that. Make sure you click that like, hit that subscribe, turn on post notifications to be notified every single time I post a video. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. See you, bye.
Fan blowing cold breeze on your body. I can't tell you